Hello everybody, it is I, your host, Son of Kane, coming back at you today. Today we're talking the fifth installment in the Indiana Jones film series, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. I don't know how old I was when I saw Raiders of the Lost Ark the first time, and yes, it is called Raiders of the Lost Ark. Look at the title card. It's not Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's one. Only time I'm telling you. In truth, I don't care what you call it, but I do think it's funny that a film series that was originally supposed to be Raiders of the Lost Ark, Raiders of the Temple of Doom, Raiders of the Last Crusade, eventually decided to just put the title character's name in all the titles. Well, whatever. That's fine. I love Indiana Jones. Always have. But to say that I had my issues with Kingdom of the Crystal Skull would be an understatement. It's my least favorite Indiana Jones movie. That's still the case, because somehow they ever so slightly, and I do mean ever so slightly, improved with Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. This movie is perfect by no means. Like, this is not a perfect movie at all. But it manages to somehow evoke just enough intrigue and interest from me that I can't completely write it off and say it's as bad as Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. There were a lot of things it did right. There were a lot of things it did wrong. One of the things it did wrong was Phoebe Waller-Bridge that played Helena Shaw. That is the worst character since Mutt Williams to be introduced to the Indiana Jones franchise. Now, I'm not just saying that to repeat what I've heard other people say, but here's my issue. More than 2/3 of this movie, she's an unlikable character, and it's only within like the last 10 to 15 minutes of this movie that all of a sudden her feelings toward Indy, who she's kind of been trying to screw over this entire movie, suddenly and abruptly just flip on their head, and suddenly she's all about Indy and wanting to help Indy, and it makes no sense. There was no moment leading up to her character change that makes any sense for this character change. A lot of people have talked about the de-aging at the beginning of the movie and how that took them out of the movie. I disagree to some degree. I was able to enjoy that opening sequence with the de-aged Harrison Ford. Why they chose only to de-age his face and not his, voice too? Because an 80-something-year-old man still sounds like an 80-something-year-old man, even when you've put his 30-something-year-old face on him. That's all I'm trying to say. Also, you might be able to use that de-aging technology on his face, but the rest of him still walks like a hunched-over 80-something-year-old man. That's just something I happened to notice at the beginning of the movie. Now, all that said, story-wise, this movie could have been better. But at the same time, I mostly enjoyed the story they gave us. As far as the new characters they gave us go, I already told you how I feel about Helena Shaw. But Teddy, her little sidekick, short round .5, and no, I don't mean 1.5. I mean 0.5. They were trying to create another short round character. In my opinion, they didn't do as good a job as they could have. And while I did enjoy him in the film, I feel like they could have done more to make me care about him as a character. Short round I cared about almost immediately. I think part of it's got to do with the fact that he joins the film so late in this case. But Teddy was not a bad addition. I just wish I'd gotten to know him more. As far as our villain of the piece, it's going to sound weird, but why hasn't Mads Mikkelsen played more Nazis? He's really good at it. All of that said, I mostly enjoyed Indiana Jones on the Dial of Destiny. I don't think it's the greatest Indiana Jones film ever made. But at some point, if you want, comment below if this is something you'd like to see. I'll do a ranking video for the 5 Indiana Jones movies and let you know what I think of them. I've been your host, Cinema Kane. I hope you enjoyed this review of Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. If you did, don't forget to click like. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share this on all your social media platforms so you can help me grow the channel to 100 subscribers by the end of the year. And don't forget to click that bell icon so you know every time Cinema Kane has a new video uploaded. And I'll see you next time at the video store.